I'm Fred McNeil, and thanks for watching QAC TV 7. This is one of my favorite shows. It's called Reading with Mr. Mac. Every week we go to Centreville Elementary School. And, hon, whose class are we in?
Miss Reburn.
And we come, and what grade are you in?
Second.
And we read stories, we sing songs, and we eat some donuts, and we have a good time. Now, let me explain what we're going to do this time. This is going to be kind of a pre-Christmas show. Okay, we're going to read The Night Before Christmas, my all-time favorite Christmas story, and I have with us international star, celebrity, multimedia personality, a man about town. He's the man who put the Cheech in the Chong. Santa's helper, Mr. Straight. How about a nice hand for Mr. Straight? Hey.
Thank you. Very nice to be here.
Okay, now let me explain the outfits. Every year, there's a football coach. He was an All-American college football player. He was an All-Pro Hall of Fame defensive back and played for the Steelers. His name was Dick LeBeau. He still coaches now. And every year, he would read to all the NFL Pittsburgh Steelers players, and these are guys 6'5", 300 pounds. They eat trees for breakfast. They spit out cars for dessert. They're tough. They got scars on their faces. But every year, he'd read in this story, and they'd all cry. They were so excited. So that's why I've got my Pittsburgh Steelers stuff on. And Mr. Straight, as you know, is one of Santa's secret helpers. So he's here to help me read. Okay, so you all set? We're all seated real good? Here we go. The Night Before Christmas. Now think of a cold Christmas night. Yes, sir.
Did you come all the way from the North Pole?
It's a long trip, but yes.
The man is good, yes. See, what Santa does with his helpers... Well, let me see. We're working on it. Okay. Well, no, Santa's helpers are humans. Like your mom and dad might be a secret Santa's helper. Your uncle. And what Santa does, he goes out and he listens to the boys and girls and he says, who's being nice around the house? Who's helping mom and dad? Who's helping with a pet? So that's what Santa says. You keep an eye on this man. He's very powerful. All right, here we go. Think of it's the night before Christmas. It's the 24th of December. There's snow on the ground. It's cold outside. We're all going, it's cold. You're inside, you're under your blanket, you're all comfortable. And here it goes. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. So we're in a house, and it's real quiet. Everybody's getting ready to go to bed. They're thinking of what's going to be under the Christmas tree next.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
And of course, St. Nicholas is who? Santa Claus. So everybody's in bed. They've got the Christmas tree up. They're all excited, and they're getting ready. The children were nestled, all snug in that bed. That means they're under the blanket, staying warm, while visions of sugar plums dance in their heads. So they're thinking of toys and video games and all types of cool things.
Dancing football.
Yeah, that's right, all that good stuff. And Mama in a kerchief and I in my cap. In the old days, they used to go to bed and they wear like a cap. It kept them warm. And they used to wear like a hat. Had just settled down for a long winter's nap. So you can see they're in bed. Kids are getting ready they're thinking of Santa Claus coming in the morning. What? Yes, perfect stuff.
When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
Hun, what's your name, hun?
Isabel.
Ring your bell. So they're in their beds and they're hearing a bell ring and they're hearing
noise.
They're
Something's going on.
Remember, it's cold and windy and it's snowing, and all of a sudden, away to my window, I flew like a flash to open the shutters and threw up the sash. So we ran to that window, put up the blind, looked out to see what the noise was. Hun, how about your bell again? Okay, what's that noise? The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave luster of midday to the objects below. So they looked out the window, and the full moon was out there, and it looked almost like daytime. There was snow on the ground, it was snowing, and it looked nice. And what did they hear again? I like that sound effect, right?
When, what to my wondering eyes should appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
So there's some reindeers outside, And a sleigh pulling Santa. Pretty good stuff, okay? With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be who?
Saint Nick.
Yeah, or Santa Claus. So so they looked out the window, and this is what they saw.
Nick, I got it right.
Right. So imagine you were at home and you looked out your window, and all of a sudden you saw a sleigh being pulled by reindeer.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted, and he called them by name.
And he said, now Dasher, now Dancer. Remember, these are the names of the reindeer. There's Dasher and Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. Old Comet, old Cupid, old Donner and Blitzen. And you're right, Rudolph was there too.
Oh,
Okay, so this is what they saw. This is what he saw. He
Where's
looked,
Rudolph?
Rudolph's right in front with his red nose.
That's 9.
Okay, yeah, we snuck an extra one in.
This is red nose.
This girl's good at math, all right, I can tell right now. Good for you, good girl, you're a quick counter. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So all of a sudden, the reindeer and the sleigh landed, and they're flying around, and St. Nick is giving them, hey guys, settle down, let's see what's going on.
So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too.
So you looked out the window and they saw this sleigh, and it had lots of boxes with toys and all types of neat stuff. And you go, wow, that's pretty cool stuff. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. And what they heard was this. The reindeers were walking on the roof. So just imagine on top of that roof there, you heard all the reindeer. How many reindeer? 8.
9.
Okay. And you heard 9 sets of feet walking. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney came St. Nicholas with a bound. So you know how you have a fireplace and a chimney? All of a sudden, Santa Claus started coming down the chimney. Hold on, let him finish. We'll go ahead.
Can he fit through the chimney?
Sure, he's a skinny guy like that. He just gets down there and he works. He got a twist.
He has a big stomach.
Well, he holds that in tight, okay? He holds it in tight. He can get through. He's a pretty good guy. He's a good athlete. Go ahead.
One word, magic.
There you go, Santa.
Who's the last reindeer? Rudolph.
Rudolph. Well, Rudolph's out front. I guess Vixen was the last one.
Blitzen is the last.
Well, Blitzen can be it. Who you like? Who would you like to be the last reindeer?
Blitzen.
Blitzen. We're going with Blitzen. All right. Okay. Yes, hon. Sir.
Can he tell us how Santa gives down the chimney?
Oh, wait a minute.
It's magic.
That's
It's
a secret.
magic. No.
Remember, Santa's helpers don't give away a lot
No,
of
you
their
don't.
magic.
No, you don't wanna know.
Okay, how we doing, Mr. Strait?
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and
So
soot.
the good question you asked is he came down the chimney. Yeah, his outfit got a little messy, but he just dusted it off. Because remember, like Mr. Strait said, the man has a little bit of magic. He can do some very interesting things. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. So he had a big bag he was carrying on his back. We had all these neat toys. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses. His nose like a cherry. He had a red nose. He was so cool. He was like Rudolph. He had a red nose, yes.
His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow.
Now, can you imagine anybody with a white beard? No. Oh, Santa, yes.
Saint Nick.
Anytime you see anybody with a white beard, be good, because they might be one
You
of
might
his...
have a white beard.
Might be one of Santa's secret pals checking on you. The stump of his pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. So he's putting out all the toys. He's smoking a pipe. Here's a good picture of it. See what he is. He got down the chimney. He's by the tree. And what he's doing is putting all the toys. You know how you wake up in the morning, all the toys are neatly put out and everything? Well, that's what Santa's very quietly doing. He's very quiet about it.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump. A right jolly old elf. Like you said, he's a little chubby. He had a little stomach on him. And I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. So it's okay. Santa was there. Your parents know he's coming. He's putting the toys out. And he's just, remember how quiet. He's got to be real quiet so he doesn't wake you up. What? Yeah, but you know what happens? Santa puts a little secret sleep dust in your eyes, and you're going to try to stay up, and all of a sudden, and he sneaks in when you're sleeping.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk.
And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney is rose. So yeah, Mr. Straight was talking about magic. He went to the chimney and just went doop doop and went up the chimney. It's all magic. That's Santa. That's magic. He sprang to his sleigh. To his team gave a whistle. He's telling, okay, reindeers, let's get ready to go. And away they all flew like the down of a thistle. So we got all the reindeers organized. Said, all right, guys, come on. We've got our toys here. It's time to go.
But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight. What do you think he said? What do you think he said? Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
So you see, he got in there, he delivered the stuff, and that's what's going to happen to your house actually 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And you got
Santa Claus is gonna come.
Yes, what's going to happen 2 weeks from today?
Why does Santa Claus's elf don't look like Santa Claus?
Oh, they might look different, but it looks pretty good. Okay, now that was the night before Christmas. Now, Mr. Straight and I are going to sing you a song, and then Mr. George wants to get back to work, okay? So, how about...
What's the next song?
Oh, well, how about the first song? Do you guys all know Jingle Bells?
Yes.
Will you sing with us?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Mr. Straight, you have your kazoo. Hold on, we'll start in a second now. See what I brought you? The special. Is that a kazoo or is that a kazoo?
Kazoo.
Wow.
That is a nice looking kazoo. All right, ready? Mr. Straight, we'll give him a one. All right, now, if you all know it, let us do the introduction because you might not know that. Ready? Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha ha! Bells are about to ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. You ready? Oh, jingle bells,
jingle bells, jingle all the way. Open sleigh, hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Give yourselves a nice hand. Wonderful job. Now, how about everyone stay seated, turn to the camera, just your heads. When I say 3, I want you all to say Happy Holidays. Not too loud, but in a nice voice, okay? A 1, a 2, a 3. Happy Holidays! Oh, A+. They get an A+.